Hi, Taurus. I hope that everybody's doing well. So when I was when I was meditating on the energy, I was getting this notion about that was O, by the way. I was getting this notion about putting ourselves on, maybe even finding ourselves on the like outskirts, on the outside of something, and because of that, because of this this like lack of maybe needing validation in a certain way, this lack of like even conformity, we can say, being able to like really discover yourself, and maybe even something that you're very gifted at, something that you're very talented with. And if you had been falling in line, you may not have had the opportunity, you may not have the opportunity to discover like your unique, authentic style with something. And so it was this notion of like being very comfortable on the outside where you find yourself, because you are comfortable with you, rather than feeling like uncomfortable within your skin because you're trying to conform to something that you don't fit into. It's about feeling comfortable in your skin because you are creating, laying out the path that is like unique and specific to you, rather than trying to follow a path that like doesn't actually align with you, not with your soul anyway. So this is what I was getting for you, Taurus. So yeah, maybe feeling comfortable with maybe also people not always understanding what you're doing and where you're coming from. But I was getting, again, this being important because of like your ability to like really listen to yourself and your heart, being able to really discover something that if you had been trying to conform, or up until the point where you had still been conforming, as soon as you break away from that, being able to like really understand, or even like get a grasp for your gifts. All right. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention. Yes, for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm looking at the Empress, I'm looking at the Chariot. The Empress is like you doing you, you being unique, you like birthing things into creation. It's about Venus energy, it's about originality. It's about you bringing things into the world, like from the inside, these things that are that you are carrying, these seeds that you've planted, and like birthing them into the universe, like bringing your inside world to the outside world so others can see it and touch it and feel it and interact with it. I'm hearing inverse operation, and to have the Chariot there too, it's like seeing how far your dreams can take you, especially when they're like coming from the depths of yourself and your creativity. And just like really feeling one with yourself, one with your energy. I'm seeing as well, to have the Chariot here, it's like this hasn't been simple, this hasn't been easy, this has been something where there have been so many different ways and so many different times where you've had to be like creative and resourceful and resilient, and like finding your truth and overcoming like obstacles and challenges that are set in your way. So it's not just like it was just like easy for you to do these things. It's about having to stand up for yourself, having to stand up for your vision, and like really showing up for you in that way. Having to support yourself even when you don't feel a sense of support around you too. Finding the reason within you to share your voice, your dreams, your visions, your creations, all of that. This feels very important. For some of you, there may be something important going on with, I'm hearing flash. There could be like traveling that you're doing, maybe something with even a quick turnaround. This can also be about like spreading a message, communication. It can even be something about where, like, what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're putting out, maybe being, like, spread. To have the Eight of Wands, it's, like, things going in a direction where you want them to be going, feeling like we're getting things moving. It's like the opposite of a stagnant energy. It's like about spreading information, like traveling to where you want to go, messages being carried, communication, things picking up the pace, all of that stuff. For some of you, you're getting a lot of incoming information even. It's like 8 different people trying to talk with you. There may be somebody that you're working with. I'm seeing something here about like a collaboration. But there could be a lot of different people that you're collaborating with. This may not just be, I'm hearing one main thing. Very interesting. So, like, Libra flipped out for a second and then went back. I see that as being significant. So, I'm seeing you... I'm hearing names that start with a C. I'm seeing that you are collaborating, moving into a collaboration. There may be something very important going on with like your spirituality, your beliefs. There may be someone important that you are collaborating with. This may not necessarily be like a physical being. This can mean you collaborating with like spirit or like a higher power that you believe in, ancestors, guides, things in alignment with that. There may be something specifically that you are exploring within your personal life relating to your spiritual beliefs, philosophies, things like that, energetic beliefs, whatever it is that you want to call it. You can even be like standing up for something as well that you believe in, feeling a need to like defend something or even like advocate for it, or like really stand firm in something that you very much believe in. But it may be challenged. It may be by like someone you're around. This feels like a moment of like you could be telling someone something or like teaching them. There can be a situation where maybe you're learning from someone as well. Something. Someone close to you. There's an emphasis here on being patient. What I'm getting is that you may have some important, wise messages that you feel very confident about because of how you've like come to this place of understanding, and there may be somebody, maybe multiple people that you're close with that like you are sharing with them even where you're coming from, your vision, like sharing a deep part of yourself with this person or with these people, and needing to be like maybe even patient. There's this notion of like not wanting to go too hard with this, of wanting to like get it across in a well-balanced way. I'm looking at in a line Taurus, Gemini, Sagittarius. Something about communication playing like an important or a key role in this. There could have been something before that had been stopping you from saying something that needed to be said, or like articulating yourself within the climate of a collaboration. I'm also getting something about classroom here. I'm like actually seeing the ASL sign for classroom. Yeah, a big focus on Mercury here. We have the King of Swords. We also have the Magician right next to it. Something about like what it is that you are creating through speech patterns, both what's coming from you and also what's coming from spirit. Again, like in the climate of a collaboration that you're participating in. Maybe you also are being quite careful with what it is that you're saying because you recognize the impact that you have. It seems very much like if you say something, it may not just be between like maybe you and another person. Maybe you feel like it has a bigger impact or a bigger effect than that. There's something very, very like important, very powerful when it comes to the words that you speak out. And also recognizing as well like your responsibility in the intention behind what it is that you're saying. And that may have been something that had you feeling possibly like weary, just because you could have been in a space where it's like, if my words are really going to stick, I need to be very mindful of what it is that I'm communicating here, because something is going to be built from that, you know, as the magician. Because speech is like spelling things out from words to physical matter manifesting. I'm hearing dulce, I'm hearing dolce. The closest thing that reminds me of is the word sweet. Yeah, I'm seeing it again here. I'm hearing itinerary. I'm looking at Libra next to Pluto here. Also seeing Mercury. What I said before about like being very mindful of what it is that you're speaking out because of the power behind the words that you're speaking and wanting to make sure that they have a sense of balance. Because when we look at Libra here, there's a focus on being diplomatic with the things that we say, especially with the emphasis of the King of Swords here. And to also have the Magician, this seems like the words that you're speaking out, it's not you have some sort of audience. There is a great impact when it comes to the words that you speak out, and also the people that are touched by this, the people that are affected by this. So there's a notion here of this being very, very important when it comes to what it is that you're saying, being extremely mindful of the intention behind your words, what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're not saying, all of that. A big focus on the responsibility. It seems as well like there's a particular example that you are looking to be giving off. There are things about you learning how to like settle in to come more into your own energy. It's like allowing yourself to bloom, allowing yourself to blossom, and figuring out like, hey, if this is the energy that I'm stepping into, what does that mean for me as far as like how I'm going to communicate in this situation? Like, how do I represent myself authentically while I'm like developing into this energy? As I'm evolving. And I'm not seeing it be like this simplistic representation of who you are. I'm seeing it be this like multifaceted way that you want to be representing yourself, doing so honestly while not feeling like you need to hide away, but rather being able to express yourself in a way that you feel good about, in a way that you feel proud of, especially because of how far you've come with stepping into this space that maybe you weren't always comfortable with, and maybe you didn't have like a clear always example of this for yourself. And so this is also about self-discovery too. Also about recognizing too, like having patience with yourself and allowing yourself to grow and to learn from what's around you, and recognize that you're doing the best that you can and always doing better each and every day. What it looks like to me is that there's something as well going on with maybe a specific part of yourself that you're focused on like exploring or developing right now, and allowing yourself, giving yourself the time and patience to like grow into this, to step into this, to like adjust, to like fill out in this way too, and to not rush this process. Because I'm seeing Saturn here. Something is going to take time to unfold. There's a focus on being one with the journey rather than just focusing on the end result as well. So I'm looking at Taurus, Gemini, Sagittarius, Mercury, Libra, Pluto, Saturn. Let's get some more. Seeing an emerald green color here. Now I'm seeing like a really rich dark blue. It reminds me, I'm hearing teal, but I'm seeing it as being darker than that. Getting something about satin. Here's the Empress. If you had been experiencing like some sort of even dead end, it was like feeling like you weren't like maybe productive, feeling like you hadn't been like inspired. There's something about feeling like there had been something like maybe blocking you from like producing, maybe blocking you from like finding that motivation to do something. I'm seeing that's coming to an end here. It seems kind of like this was a phase where maybe it was hard for you to connect with like your well of inspiration, we can say. I'm seeing this coming to an end now. It's almost like you could have felt like you were cut off from something. There may have been something that needed to end, something that needed to be sorted out before you could touch back in to this, like get back in touch with it. Something was off before. So yeah, whatever this was that's been blocking you, it's like whenever you ended whatever it was that needed to end, it's like you get back connected again. It's not an issue anymore. For some of you, there could have even been something physically that you needed to take care of. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm getting is that There could have been something that you were thinking about doing that, like, maybe initially you were like, maybe I feel inspired to go in this particular direction, like maybe this is something that I'm going to do, maybe this is something that I'm going to pursue, and it's like something got flipped around in some sort of way. And it seems like whatever was meant to come from that situation did come from it, even if it wasn't what you had been anticipating. And it's like you weren't able to, like, maybe work further beyond that point because that's where it was meant to rest. And so now that you've put an end to something and you're like, okay, I'm not going to try to keep feeding this because I'm seeing that it's not growing. We are going to, like, now end this and allow something else to bloom from there. And I'm seeing something take place now. Interesting. This could have also been something where you may have been like, okay, like, this is the thing that I'm meant to be working on right now. And it was actually the thing that was actually like a step for you to get connected with that thing that you were meant to be working on. But you may not have seen that initially. It's like a stepping stone, something that was guiding you. It's like that connecting piece to the other side of something you were meant to be exploring. Yes. It looks like whatever this is that you're starting, after bringing this thing to the end, to an end that felt like it wasn't growing anymore, it's like as soon as you have that separation now, whatever this thing is that you're starting after this, I'm seeing it's going to be very successful. There's also a notion of this like bringing you exactly to where you were meant to be. Not that you weren't exactly where you were meant to be before, but it seems very much like this is something that there's a special significance to what it is that you're working on now. And I'm seeing this be tied to success for you. Even something that is going to have a larger effect. Something that is going to have a big impact. Something that may even be recognized with the Six of Wands. Because I'm seeing the Page of Wands and the Six of Wands, and the Page of Wands is like starting a project, going in a particular direction, feeling super motivated about something, feeling like something has been ignited within you and you feel very excited about that. And the Six of Wands is like possibly like people around you recognizing this. This can be something that is like acknowledged in a big way, something that you feel is successful, something that like you tried this, and that, those things weren't working out. And now this particular thing that you're working on, like this is the thing that ends up being it for you in a big way. And I am getting that. It seems like there were a couple different things that you could have been like trying to get going, and this is the thing that is going to stick. It's like this was the thing that you were trying for. It was just a matter of getting to this place now and ending what needed to be ended before. Especially when it came to things that you didn't feel, I'm hearing exorbitantly passionate about. Interesting. I'm seeing an M, I'm seeing a 3, seeing a W. This connects you with a big change for you. This is going to be part of a big transition for you. Especially when it comes to like how you express yourself and what it is that you're putting out there, what it is that you're producing, what it is that you are bringing to life. Changing in a desirable way. This change is a means to achieving something that you want to achieve. I'm hearing the word lucky with the Nine of Cups. I'm seeing something about, I'm hearing successions. I'm seeing something about trophies or like awards, something like that. Something that was not easy because of what you needed to go through, and also what you needed to let go of as far as like what was meant to come to an end. I'm not seeing this be particularly a smooth transition. This is something that would have felt difficult, almost like a piece of you, maybe even a piece of your future expectations, letting something go that you were attached to. Could have very much, again, felt like a part of you. But it's like by cutting off this piece of the plant that's no longer growing, you allow it to have the opportunity to now like grow further. It's like by pinching something off, and maybe it even felt like, I'm hearing a haircut in a way, because there may have been, like, you could have felt like there was ground that you were losing by doing this. Like, you may have felt like you were going backwards by needing to cut something off, like, back a little bit, but it gave it the opportunity to, like, really grow from there. So I'm seeing an experience like this here, with you feeling, like, recharged in some sort of way after cutting this thing off that may have not felt very easy to do. However, doing it anyway, and seeing how successful you are because of this brave choice that you made. And I'm seeing a big change that's happening. I am hearing the word overwhelming with the Death card, and I'm seeing you achieve something that you want, and it was all made possible by you overcoming this challenge of ending something that needed to end. And this also could have been something that it was hard to let go of, because it could have been something that at one point in time you felt very much like you wanted, and maybe you even still wanted it at the time of cutting it off, because you knew that it was not helping you grow any longer. You knew it was holding you back in some sort of way, or that it was unhealthy, and that it needed to be cleared out in order for you to progress further. And I'm getting, again, like, your inspiration and your motivation could have very much been affected by this thing. It could have been something that was like getting in the way of your creativity, getting in the way of you feeling like connected with yourself, nurturing, present, all of these things that allow us to feel empowered because of our connections with ourselves and the universe, and like our guides and the people around us and all of that, the things that we want to nurture. I had been seeing Aquarius on the bottom of the deck like all throughout the reading. In a way, this kind of feels like a guide hovering around you. I'm hearing watching your back. This has not been an easy change. It has not been an easy transition. However, now you are getting, I'm hearing in touch. I'm also hearing in contact with something that you wanted. And it seems like it's also helping you to get over whatever this was, because there could have been something that you ended, and like energetically you may not have been completely over it. And I'm seeing this transition. There's like something that enters into your space that is even like put into your hands or brought to you energetically, that allows you to finally clear this out, the like last remnants of that past cycle. And I'm seeing you feel inspired. You feel like you're connected with your path. Wow. You feel in touch with yourself. You feel in touch with your visions. So the main point of this was that there could have been something that you were doing. Someone, something, an activity, anything related to the devil with the Capricorn energy. So this can be like overworking. It can be anything related to substances. It can be related to unhealthy relationships. Can be with another person, can be with ourselves. It's like whatever this thing was that was inhibiting you from growing further, not allowing you to feel as empowered as you could be, anything that you felt was an unhealthy cycle. I'm seeing the Empress holding a shell here. Any sort of connection that was holding us back, what have you. Something that you felt in a way like you had been maybe losing touch with yourself or not being able to get connected with that spot where you feel very inspired and you feel like you have this clear, easy, fast, concise connection with yourself and your dreams and your visions. Whatever it was that was going on before that was impeding upon your like creative, connected process before, this comes to an end, and it's like your inspiration gets kicked back up. There's like a reuptake feeling here. And it leads to like even a bigger change. It's like when you come out on the other side of this, I don't think that you had anticipated the types of changes that come with this. I'm seeing like these really pale leaves here. It reminds me of like the color of a bay leaf. I don't think that you expected to like change in the way that you do, and especially in the way that you express yourself when you come out on the other side of this. So it's like this. If you're like an artist, a creator, a producer, anything like that, when you come out on the other side of this, I don't know if you expected like this new part of you to emerge from this process. However, I am seeing this new part of yourself emerge from this process, and it's something that it feels profound the way that you have evolved from this situation. It gets you closer to what it is that you want. Again, it does seem like something enters into your space, or that you achieve something, or that you're given something that you wanted, something that's important to you, something that is connected with your heart's desire. And it seems like the biggest challenge to all of this was healing from pain that you had experienced with somebody, finding your way, finding your light again, and like really overcoming this. What I'm getting to is that whatever this like painful experience was that you were having, or this like difficulty, this challenge, especially connected with the heart chakra and feeling like something needed to be addressed within the heart space, this is something that is like very much like adding to your character and adding to your journey as well. So it's like another thing that you've gone through, another thing that you've been through, and it's giving you additional lines now to connect with the people around you too through this experience that you've had as well. I'm hearing something about making you more relatable. So I'm looking at Venus, I'm looking at Scorpio, Cancer, Aquarius, and I'm seeing Capricorn as well on the bottom of the deck. Some sort of challenge with you separating from something that would have in a way felt like kryptonite to you. So that's why this is so significant. I'm seeing this be like a really big karmic challenge for you. To see, to really showcase, even to exemplify your self-discipline in a big way. Alright, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.